So, Five Nights at Freddy's. With the movie coming out almost a year ago, which was interesting, and another one on the way already, I thought it'd be fun to make fun of the Five Nights at Freddy's weird-ass fandom. I know every game has a weird fandom, with a variety of interests, like we already have f***ing Kung Fu Panda analog horror. But to me, it's so funny how a game about scary Chuck E. Cheese has a community that comprises of this and that. So anyways, let's go.
Please let us get in, don't lock us away. We're not like what you're thinking. We are poor little souls who have lost all control, and we're forced here to take that road. We've been all alone, stuck in our little zone since 1987. Join us, be our friend, or just be suck and defend. After all, you only got 5 nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Why would you want to
Five Nights at Freddy's has a shit ton of fan games. Like, go to Game Jolt and search up Five Nights at Freddy's, you'll get a large-ass list. Like, to the point Scott Cawthon started a whole initiative to fund them. So, since there's a ton, probably enough to cover a whole video, I'm just gonna run by the ones I'm more familiar with. First, we have one of the oldest ones, Five Nights at Treasure Island, which is basically FNAF, but now in Disney World. Yay! And you're hunted by some deformed Mickey Mouses, including Mickey. This game definitely shows its age. But don't worry, like most of the games I'm mentioning, it got a remaster, so now it's actually f***ing scary. Oh. There's candies, and I know I'm gonna piss some people off. Kinda sucks. Like the first one, I won't bully too much, because it was alright. It had some creative stuff. But the sequels? The second one's map is shit, and it's so bland, it's not too far off from those FNAF mobile games. Hey. And the animatronics. I know it's a fan game, but Scott Cawthon was able to make unique, withered animatronic designs in a cave! With a box of scraps! Juniors is loosely based on FNAF 2, but... So, this game has some unique gameplay with lore, with the latter having something to do with you being a paranormal investigator and Paper Freddy, and the gameplay is basically having you guess which animatronic is possessed. I wonder if that one has something going on. This one I actually think is really well made, and I don't know why the art is so good. The part towards the end has the animatronics fusing and forming the Mangle, so, and Mangle's theme? Damn! Joy of Creation, which is my personal favorite, has you playing as Scott Cawthon? Yeah, this one's a doozy. So this guy named Michael shows up in your house, so you let him stay the night, and the animatronics... Jesus Christ. Anyways, we have 5 levels, or memories, where we play as different members of Scott's family. Starting with his f***ing infant son. I like how all a child needs to not be driven insane by a near-death experiences. It's just a lamp. Then you play as his wife, and him. The 5th memory has the animatronics fusing and forming the... I'm starting to see a trend here. Then the house burns down, and Michael steals Scott's identity? Yeah, I bet MatPat had fun with this one. This is also the one where Bonnie rocks your shit, so, 10 out of 10. There's some others I didn't mention, like Those Nights at Rachel's, Pop Goes, Flumpties, and so on and so forth. But, I don't know those ones enough, and I don't care. Anyways.
This attraction is great. So many guys I can rate.
FNAF is just one of those franchises that get so many animations. I'm pretty sure people have been able to retire for how many views these things get. Now, are they good? For starters, we have the ones actually putting an effort with sorry and shit, like the interviews and this and whatever the hell this is. And they're at least trying to be taken seriously, which works. Sometimes. Then on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, we have brain rot. There are the ones where they're hitting Fortnite emotes. We have ones where they just pull a Mortal Kombat and beat the living shit out of each other. The channels, for some reason, always have cinema at the end of their names, which I find funny. You're not a cinema. You make Five Nights at Freddy's animations. Then again, you probably make 6 figures a year, so I can't say much. Many people like to blame Security Breach for attracting the 5-year-olds to the fandom, which it definitely did. But also, we had this shit since the very beginning. Anyways, for every one animation, there's like 20 songs. Like, holy shit. I feel like every time I look away, a new one pops up. Like, Try Hard Ninja has made so many to the point where he made a song that are all just references to all the fucking songs. I should also probably mention The Living Tombstone, as he made the FNAF songs that are probably the most iconic, memeable. But then again, that's every one of his songs. CG5 used to make good FNAF songs before he went down a dark path. And Dead Games, Jesus Christ, he is really pissed. And, of course, the meme songs. There was that FNAF musical with puppets and Markiplier. It's also the one where Map has a chainsaw, which, to me, was the real Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I mean, come on, this is a cinematic masterpiece. There was this weird trend where a bunch of FNAF Minecraft animations started carrying the songs, and I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, it just happened. For some reason people were now making Minecraft animations of indie games, including FNAF. I do find it weird that in these, William Afton can have like regular Minecraft proportions, and then when he's in Springtrap, he's built like a toothpick. Fun fact, the people who made these animations would go on to make Poppy Playtime, and this trend definitely led to some consequences.
He loved me, and hugged me, and touched me, and, well...
Sullivan is obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's and keeps creating his own characters, usually named for one of their characteristics, like big ears or black eyes, and this is what I woke up to this morning.
Alright, this one's gonna be fast. So I know fan art is a very vague thing to cover, so I'm only gonna go over the actual funny ones. And bronies. So if it wasn't already obvious, the fandom doesn't find the games scary enough, so they take matters into their own hands. Their own messed up mental hands. Almost as mental as the people who made humanoid versions of the animatronics. And I'm not making fun of the anime Freddy, because that's good. OCs are in every fandom. Though, FNAF definitely attracted a certain demographic. Furries. FNAF OCs are basically either any animal as a robot with a funny hat, or a character with even more holes in him. Hell, FNAF AR is guilty of this. They have a bunch of different skins. VR, Frozen, Toxic, Clown, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July. Well, I want to know, where's the Nazi skin? I think one of the most well-known OCs are the Drawkill animatronics, where it just gives them big hands and tries to make them look scary, but instead makes them look stupid. Some OCs do some unique stuff, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because they're all disgusting furries that deserve to rot in hell! OCs can also just be self-insert, so people can draw themselves getting Springtrap. Yes, you heard me. Oh look, someone made the wet floor signs thick. I regret making this video. Alright, now it's time for everyone's favorite, VHS tapes. Yay! FNAF, especially within the more recent years, has gotten a lot of VHS tapes. Now, sure, a lot of VHS tapes are essentially... and epilepsy. I don't care, that shit still keeps me up at night. So, there are usually two ways these go. Either they're based on notable events in the FNAF lore, like the Bite of 87 or the Springlock failure, or they just have some dumbass dicking around. Now, personally, I like the tapes where it actually has some role or purpose, like where it's not just Freddy filming a fan cam. For example, the tape series made by Squimpus McGrimpus. This series has a very similar story to the games, just simplified and without all that. This series has a lot of good moments, like the Chica tape where she describes how she can't breathe, and she's like a bird in the snow. And I think the highlight of the series is Memories, which is a confession from William to everything he did.
That was me, Harry.
But the real kicker is at the end where he basically says he memorized where he hid the tape so well he will know if someone saw it. And it ends with him saying,
So you better put it back, Michael, as neatly as you can, and start running.
I ran as fast as I can.
I just like how this tape is able to do horror without. The whole series just has a crazy amount of production quality, and I would like to cover it all, but I don't wanna. So if you want a more in-depth look at all the tapes, I recommend this video by Pagan Valley. You know, this Squimpus person seems like a chill, nice guy. Oh, god damn it. Some people like Baddington took the liberty of making their own models for the animatronics. And I'd say there's no way that children would go to this place. But then I remember Showbiz Pizza Place exists. And one of them, Ennard, just takes out a whole SWAT team. Cool. In another, it's just Michael burning his papa, and I find this one exceptionally goofy.
I've been longing for your return.
Hey, Dad. Here's one where Foxy demonstrates what it's like playing tag at night. As I watch these VHS tapes, I feel more and more like I'm on that Walmart melatonin. I don't know which ones came first, the Walton Files or the VHS tapes, but yeah, the Walton Files, they exist. And I'm not gonna watch it because I am a coward. But I did watch the first 2 tapes, so I'll touch on those. So, it's definitely scary, no doubt about that. But the world also makes no sense. Like, the characters are f***ing stupid and have no common sense or survival instincts.
So I guess I'll have to be brave enough.
Who the f*** would sleep in the same building as this thing? In the middle of the woods! No shit, you all f***ing died! Also, I know I just mentioned showbiz exists, but this is just pushing it a bit. Who, why, where, how, what the fuck? I do commend that they use a 2D art style because it makes it unique and also can add to the horror. But also, there are some moments that are... Honestly, after watching all of these, I still think the Minecraft animations were more horrifying. And that's all I'm gonna talk about before I contract a mental illness.
I feel like I already did.
So yeah, that was the hellhole that was the FNAF community. Who knows if the second movie will be any good? Markiplier better appear in it. And before I go, I have one question for you all.
Are you ready for Freddy?
We're waiting every night to finally roam and invite newcomers to play with us. For many years we've been all alone. We're forced to be still and play the same songs we've known since that day. An imposter took our life away. Now we're stuck here to decay.